What's up, guys? Meow, and I'm back with another video. And today we've got the NASCAR Cup Series Phoenix race reaction to do. So we're gonna get into that. But before we get to that, some big news, well, other than March Madness, was dropped while the race was going on, and that is that Drew Brees has officially announced his retirement on the 15-year anniversary of him signing the contract to come to New Orleans um, in free agency. And I just wanted to take a little bit of time to just say that New Orleans, you got your Super Bowl with him, and then you got complacent. You thought he was going to be there forever, and he was there for the rest of his career, but you waited too long to get talent around him that would allow for the Saints to have a shot at the Super Bowl again. And you waited too long. And and this year, it just sucks because Brees never got much of a chance to get back to the Super Bowl. And the way he went out this past year, uh, the interceptions and the turnovers against the Buccaneers after dominating them in the regular season, both games, just as urinating tree would say, the top dogs don't go out with a bang but a whimper. And that's exactly how Drew Brees' career has finished up. And it's sad, honestly, because he got the one, but he should have had a chance for more. Obviously, with the Saints, they had to deal with Bounty Gate as well. But Saints management, they didn't get enough talent around him until it was too late. But congratulations on one hell of a career, Drew. And we'll see you in Canton in a few years. With that all being said, let's get on with the race reaction and review. So right out of the gate, Kyle Larson, William Byron, Cody Ware, they have to go to the rear of the field for failing pre-race tech twice. Garrett Smithley going to the rear because of a driver change. And then earlier today, Chase Elliott and Quinn Houff were both sent to the back due to unapproved adjustments. Excuse me. Race gets underway. Martin Truex Jr. tags the wall a little bit early. Nothing really happens out of that, and we get a competition caution at lap 30. During pit stops, Kyle Larson speeding. And this was a theme through a lot of the race. A bunch of guys got speeding penalties. Larson got like 3 of them. 4 different guys sped in the same section. And the craziest thing for Larson is both of his 2 speeding penalties, or each or whatever, or the first 2 or whatever. Point being, they were like barely over. Like the second one, he was going 50.01 miles an hour coming down pit road. And you have the 45 mile per hour on pit road, and then for Phoenix, and then 5 mile per hour tolerance, or right up to that. So, like, wow. But he was still fast throughout the race, so it kind of really didn't matter. It just hurt him in terms of track position. Timmy Hill went out with an engine issue. And then we got a caution for Alex Bowman spinning and getting into the wall. From the replay, Ross Chastain, it kind of looked like he brake checked, and Bowman kind of got in the back of him, and Austin Dillon kind of got in the back of Bowman, and Bowman spun. So caution came out for that. We get to, and then we get the restart going. Christopher Bell tags the wall a little bit later. And then Ryan Blaney would win stage 1, which is huge for him. Considering that his biggest thing is he hasn't really been able to win stages, and he has not, he didn't win the race today, but he's done really well the last couple races. Joey Logano 2nd, Brad Keselowski 3rd, Penske top 3, how about that? Denny Hamlin 4th, Chase Elliott 5th, Kyle Busch 6th, Kevin Harvick 7th, William Byron 8th, Kyle Larson 9th, and Matt DiBenedetto in 10th. Then under pit stops, Daniel Suarez got a speeding penalty. Justin Haley got a removing equipment penalty. And then we get going under stage 2. And then this was the most controversial moment of the race. Cody Ware, Anthony Alfredo. Here's what I'm looking at with this. I'm not sure if Ware tried to dump him or if something broke on Ware's car. It's sounding like it could be that he might have dumped him. I'm not sure because they both ended up wrecking. Ware was able to continue for a little bit before having his own issues. Um, and Cody Ware ended up getting a pitting too soon penalty after this wreck, and then a little while later, he unfortunately had to bring him behind the garage due to I think engine issues or something. But you look at his comments, and go figure, people are gonna shit on him for running for Rick Ware, running for his dad, and all that shit. And then later he actually tweets out about as we know, Cody Ware, he does deal with mental health stuff. Like me, he deals with ADHD and Asperger's, and he deals with some other stuff. And he tweeted out about that, and then and some other stuff. If you're gonna shit on him, just don't. All right. Yes, it looked like he dumped Alfredo. Whether he did or didn't, who knows? Yes, he's running for Rick Ware, not only his father, but Rick Ware is it's Rick Ware. But you have to remember that these guys are human, shit happens, and you don't know what somebody else is dealing with. I'm not using that as an excuse for Cody for what happened on the racetrack. I'm just saying. All right? So with that out of the way, we get green flag pit stops with about 50 laps to go. Kyle Larson speeding again. Kyle Busch uncontrolled tire penalty, which is a pass-through. And then something weird happened, and I don't think we've seen this in a long while. Kyle Busch got delivered the black flag with white cross on it. So sort of like the blue and yellow one, but black and white. And apparently NASCAR stopped scoring him for a short bit. He ended up going one lap down, and I think he then pitted afterward. I couldn't really find anything about that, because I think a lot of people were more focused on the Larson speeding penalty than anything else. But but then we get to the end of stage 2, and Joey Logano gets the win there. Truex Jr. second, Hamlin third, Keselowski fourth, Blaney fifth, Harvick sixth, Byron seventh, Eric Almirola in eighth, Chase Elliott in ninth, and Christopher Bell in 10th. And then under pit stops, Elliott, Almirola, Ross Chastain speeding. All three of them. We get to the restart to start stage 3, and Joey Logano has a massive save off the front bumper of Martin Truex Jr. It looked like Logano was going to get turned, like shades of Homestead with Carl Edwards a couple years ago. Sorry for undoing all the therapy for that, but yeah. And then race continues on. We get green flag pit stops with about 60 to go. With 60 something laps to go. Apparently, Joey Logano said that with about 61 to go, he lost power steering and then somehow got it back like a lap or two later. Like, what? Tyler Reddick got a speeding penalty. Kyle Busch loses a tire goes down, whatever. He gets in the wall, keeps going, tries to limp it around. He does make it down pit road. And then Tyler Reddick gets in the wall, caution comes out, and we've already seen what Kyle Busch had to say about that. Chase Briscoe gets a speeding penalty. Bubba Wallace, he moved his way up. He got all the way up to 7th before the caution. He decides to stay out. Was this a smart move? Maybe, maybe not. Because, well, under the next restart, he did get swallowed up and stuff. But as far as that goes, I was just thinking, if we get another caution, he has that extra set of tires. He might be on fresher tires, assuming nobody else pits, or assuming that, he pits and nobody else does, or whatever. Well, we would get another caution. Kyle Busch got turned by Ross Chastain. Yeah. Busch was able to keep going, though. McDowell got a speeding penalty. Everybody pitted. But even still. And then, we get the restart. We're coming down to the end of the race. Cole Custer gets in the wall, losing a tire, and lost the tire as a result of it. He would make it down pit road. Showing the replay, it looked like Bubba Wallace got in the back of him. I'm going to call that a racing incident. I don't think Bubba was trying to turn him or something. Basically, it looked to me like Bubba had a run off the corner. Custer was there, or Custer moved up, and Wallace tried to move down to make the pass on him, and he just got in the back bumper of Custer, and Custer got turned, and Custer got put in the wall. Like, not turned dead on, just, hit with a right front, then with the left or right rear, and then he ends up making it down pit road. Um, Shit happens, racing incident. Great day for Bubba Wallace though. Even maybe not the finish he would have wanted, but he showed speed throughout the day, and to get as high as seventh, he showed something out there today. And we all remember, and let's remember what happened last year at Martinsville in the spring race, or the night race, I should say. Um, he ran pretty well there. Let's see what happens this year, because who knows. But Martin Truex Jr. dominates a lot of stage 3, gets the white flag, and wins at Phoenix. Um, Gets his first win of the year. Speaking of the Martinsville night race, that was his only win last season. So good to see him getting a win here. Pretty solid day for a bunch of drivers. Going back to Alex Bowman, he actually recovered quite nicely after his incident in stage 1. And overall, it's a pretty solid race through and through. I mean, some people are going to call it boring. Some people were hoping for a caution late. After Custer got in the wall, there was a piece of sheet metal out on the track, but it wasn't in the racing lane, so NASCAR never threw out the debris caution. Oh, honestly, I'll give NASCAR a pass on that one. I think that was the smart move. If it's not in the racing lane, don't call it. And they didn't. And Martin Truex Jr. is your winner at Phoenix. So after the first 4 weeks where we saw McDowell and then Bell and then Byron and then Larson win, now we get one of the guys that was a championship contender last year. Although, I mean, I'll say that with a bit of a pinch of salt because of the fact that in his first year without Cole Pern, he didn't seem like the same MTJ. But we'll see what But we'll see what happens with him the rest of the season. With all that being said, pretty good race. Next week we get Atlanta. That should be fun. And, Blaney had another great day of racing. Matt DiBenedetto did pretty well for himself. Kyle Larson did pretty well for himself, even with the speeding penalties. He was still a fast race car. I think if it wasn't for, I thought he was going to end up turning Keselowski because Keselowski was blocking him in the few laps after the restart. And then Larson and Elliott battling for position kind of let Keselowski get away, although Larson was able to run him down. If that doesn't happen, I think Larson probably could get around Keselowski, or anything could really happen there. But point all being, great race, and yeah. So thank y'all for watching. Hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like, subscribe for more content like this. Make sure to use my code ANJJ for free shipping on orders of $20 or more at Circle B Diecast. I will see you all next time. Peace.